What is happening, everybody? Looks like Beardo was in here a little early. I don't know if he'll come back, but I appreciate him stopping by and commenting. Hello, Kelly. Hope everything's good with you. I know you said last week you were going to try to get out magnet fishing, I think you said. You only had a couple days left to heal and then you were going to get out. Not 100%, but I feel like you said that. Charlie, what's up? Charlie's lurking. Got my Madtown magnet fishing hat on today. Love wearing hats. Speaking of which, I got the hats today for the 5K giveaway. I'm going to do trucker hats, but I'm going to do reverse ones from what I usually have. The ones I have always have white fronts. These ones have black fronts. I've got all the transfers right here to put on the hats. Then remember I was showing you guys that silly shirt design a few weeks ago. I got that. So I'm going to end up making shirts out of that. Got it all. These next couple weeks up until the 7th when we do the big 5K thing, I'm going to be making stuff. What are you guys barking at? What are you barking at? I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but even Houston, come here, buddy. Hey, over here, buddy. Houston. Your name's Doc. I said Houston. Come around, buddy. There you go. Come on. Come on. Jeez. Trying to get Houston down here. Here we go. Yeah. Anyways. Do I have a cricket or did you order them? No, that was the tiny guy. The smaller guy that we have, smaller one, Talia's dog, Doc. He sounds like a cricket, but the one that was going that was Houston. Houston's actually been with us a few months now, and he has turned out to actually have like quite the personality. Even today, we went out on a walk. I usually walk him as soon as I get home from work, and he decided that he was going to test me today. We were on the walk. We were on the way back to the house, and he decided that he was just going to sit down right in the neighbor's yard. And he just looked at me like, I'm not going to go anywhere. And that was when I let him know that we were definitely going somewhere. We were going home. But it took probably calling his name a good 2 to 3 times before he listened. He was trying to see how far he could push it. But anyways, that video, guys. So, like I said in there, I bought an electrolysis machine. It's actually right here. I think I showed it last week. But the vinyl you're putting on the hats, cricket's machine. Oh, the Cricut. Maybe you're just talking into your phone, Charlie. So it's saying cricket, but I know what you mean, a Cricut. The thing is, Charlie, yeah, I could do that for the hats. Yes, but this one big shirt design that I have here, the big one there. Oh, come on. I hate how it's backwards like that. That's, I think, a little bit too big for a cricket. I thought when you were talking about a cricket, you were talking about the dog making noise because they were barking for a minute. He might have sensed something. He doesn't usually bark at all, and it's kind of weird. Their breed is known for barking a lot, but he will only bark if, like you just said, he feels that there's some sort of threat or something's going on. But other than that, he's a good dog. Sometimes I've never had an animal like him where he lets me know like what he needs, you know. If he wants to go out the front door or the back door, he's very communicative, I guess. And I've never had a dog that did that. I don't know where he got his training. I don't know if he even had any, but he's a pretty cool dog. I'll take him. But going back to the 5K thing too, so I've got those shirts that or hats that I'm gonna make up. I did number the first 50 of these stickers. Like I said, I'm only doing these just for the giveaway. I won't do these stickers again. I don't know if I'll use the logo for something, but I won't make those again. And I dropped off a whole bunch of spikes to my buddy that's gonna make spikes. Charlie, I don't know if you saw these yet. I'm gonna present something here real quick. Hang on. I think you'll think this is cool. Let's see. Here we go. Watch this. I know you already watched it, Kelly, but sorry. Shout out, Charlie. So my friend Dave that I worked with, he has a laser engraver in his garage. He does like this type of stuff on the side, and I asked him if he would try it, and he did, and it came out fantastic. So I'll take that off stage real quick. Fix my dumb face. There we go. But I actually have it right here too, Charlie. So this is the one that you saw in the video. Come on, why aren't you focusing in on it? There we go. Jeez. It's pretty neat. So anyways, I'm gonna do like give away 5 of those, but I dropped off extras because I want some, you know. Eventually I gotta start really cleaning up this yard and getting rid of all the metal, but I do want to keep a couple pieces like that railroad spike. I do have a bike frame out back that I kept, not like an actual like bicycle, but a motorcycle frame. Today I was out magnet fishing with Josh, Buddy, and Brockton, who I haven't seen in a really long time. Usually he's pretty good about keeping in contact too, but I haven't heard from him at all. I know he's doing another app and maybe he's making money at it, but he's kind of disappeared a little bit. Has anybody else in here seen him at all lately? Yeah. It's been a minute since I've hung out with Brockton. I know he's occasionally doing some stuff on Monday night digs, but I haven't physically like heard from him, and we used to talk on the phone all the time. Kind of disappeared into the abyss. Maybe Josh will pop back in here. I know he's camping, but I wonder if he's heard from him. I don't know if you can all hear that either, but Delia's up there. Another fun thing. So, like I was about to show you, the electrolysis machine, that gun. Yeah. So I bought extra leads for it. But anyways, the idea, I guess I don't have to show it to you. Hey, Beardo, what's happening? So the electrolysis machine is mainly to clean up that old gun that I found. Because I want to see, first of all, if I can even see what type of company it is. Weird, I found in this week's video, I showed it. Found a really antique gun. The front, like the muzzle of it or whatever, was actually so rusted out. It was kind of like shredded at the top. It had deteriorated pretty badly. But the body and the stock held up pretty good. And I'm hoping to find out, like, see if anything's etched on it when I put it in the electrolysis machine. I think that would be pretty cool. I got all sorts of other stuff that I want to throw in there. I'm still working on that 1960s parking meter. What are you doing out there?
Me?
Oh. Jason's up. What is happening, Jason? What's going on, dude? Was just showing Charlie the spike. I gave my buddy the rest of them this morning. Hello, Luis. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? Chilling. It's kind of what I'm doing right now, man. Chilling. I had to end up taking work off yesterday. don't know what happened, but because I'm old at 51 years old, I did something, slept really funky on my neck and could not, I couldn't move it yesterday. There was no way in heck driving a work van all day long that I was going to be able to do that because I still have to kind of move the top of my body to turn to the left. It's fun. Not old until you reach 100. Bien, Luis. Bien. Um, dude, I'm telling you, ever since 50 hit, Jason, the wheels are falling off. It's like someone into all the nuts on the wheels and they're starting to fall off. I've never been so injury prone in my life as I am right now at 51 years old. Things that I've done for years, like same movements, are now not pain free. But I don't know that part. Sorry, buddy. No, exactly. That's 100% it, Kelly. But I joke around a bit because I say I don't want to live that long, but I know like my karma is somehow going to mess with me, and I'm going to be like 102 or something. I generally do too, Jason. I mean, I have these all over. Um, but it's different when it's an actual like real injury. So back in March, um, one of my labrum things here, it's one of the tendons that comes from your bicep up to the labrum, and it pulled out of there when I grabbed onto my ladder. And that type of pain was a lot different. Like it wasn't like I just banged it on something or you know hit my toe. I can deal with that stuff. I raged through that, but there was no rage with this. I wouldn't say it was as painful as a kidney stone, and Kelly knows this too, so I think she was just dealing with them. But 2 years ago, I had a kidney stone, and that was one of the most brutal things I've ever dealt with. Yeah, I have excruciating migraines. I don't have the fibro, but when I was younger, Kelly, when I was in third grade, I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. It was to the point where I had to use crutches and kind of walk like a penguin. And so I do remember that pain. So I can't imagine how you feel. This isn't necessarily torn bicep. It's hey Colt, appreciate you sneaking in, buddy. Not necessarily a bicep, but it's some sort of tendon that connects from the bicep to the labrum inside the shoulder socket. That kind of like tore off a little bit. And even though it happened in March, literally 4 months ago, I can still feel it. Pain isn't a problem. I mean, I'm covered in tattoos. I've got them all over my back, my legs. I've got a big one on my belly. I can handle pain, but like actual injury pain is different, especially when you're in antique. What's going on, Roger? How are you, buddy? We're just chatting about or at least I am chatting about feeling like I'm getting old. The wheels have fallen off, man. I don't know how it happens, even the like I'm sure you guys all saw the short that I put out about Ozzy and stuff like that. Even before he passed, when I did that video, it got me really thinking a lot about how about not necessarily being old. I realize I'm 51 and that's not super old, but you know, at this point I've lived half a century, so I've been around a little bit. And thinking back to the very first time I heard Ozzy was, 1983, and that was a long damn time ago. Long damn time ago. 42 years. So that's how long I've been listening to Ozzy Osbourne's music. Yeah, I start PT very soon. Oh, okay. Jason, you know what? Actually, I was thinking who was the trifecta, and I forgot about Malcolm. So there it is. Hopefully we're done now. They like are taking away like everybody, all the icons from my childhood, you know? May not have been a big Hulk Hogan fan over the past few years because he's just kind of like fallen off. I don't know if like ruined his marriage. I don't know what the hell happened with his life, but um even we're talking about being old. I remember watching him fight the Iron Sheik in Boston Garden, dude. Like, I'm not a big WWE fan. I don't know any of the new characters, but back in the day, I loved wrestling when there was Hulk Hogan, Iron Sheik, Andre the Giant, George Animal Steel, the dude who would eat the turnbuckles. That was when I liked wrestling. And, so Hulk Hogan was part of that part of my childhood. I remember Booker T, but Booker T was WCW for quite a while, wasn't he? Andy, appreciate you staying up late across the pond there, buddy. We were just taking a trip down memory lane here with all the deaths that are happening lately here with our celebrities. It's a lot of people that were big part of my childhood, as with I'm sure a ton of people in here. Yeah, Andre the Giant. I've seen him. I remember um I think he pantsed Mr. Fuji at this one wrestling event that I saw. I used to really, really like wrestling. My grandmother was big into it. Um, so seeing Hulk Hogan, Ozzy, and then Malcolm all pass away, it was it's been a ridiculous couple weeks. And the fact that Ozzy just performed too, it makes you wonder if like he knew something was coming, and he just wanted to get that off, get that done. Was a huge fan of wrestling. Yeah, I know. You know what? I did too, but then like my grandmother was just like, yeah, it's like watching a show though. She's like, even though it's sports, she's like, it's scripted. She's like, for me, it's just like watching a show. I don't know. Right up until she passed away and she was, God, probably 80 something. She loved wrestling and she knew everything that was going on with it. Everything was going on with it. To the moment she died, she was watching wrestling. Hi.
Oh,
Elia says hi. What?
did you get the thingies for the special shirt?
What thingies? No, I haven't gotten it yet. It's ordered, but it's coming. Yeah, I do remember Ricky the Steamboat. Yeah. Hi. We're talking about wrestling. You don't know anything about wrestling.
Most of it fake.
Well, it's all fake, not most of it. Don't the only real fighting is UFC.
Really?
Yeah, UFC is completely real. What are you talking about?
Uh,
Those guys literally beat the snot out of each other. Yeah. Are you watching about Cowboys?
I'm talking to two of my friend groups. I'm texting one of them while I'm talking to the other.
Growing up that was kind of the same too. Hang
My
on.
golf.
This light is really too bright today. There we go. Um, you like golf? You don't like golf,
No, I
Linda?
like playing golf.
You like playing golf. Okay.
I don't know where my golf clubs are, but I used to like my yard. My yard used to be really big,
Okay.
like like
She's telling a story.
5 times bigger as the yard that we have here.
Okay.
So I don't know how we got the yard. But anyway, so me and my dad, we used to like golf a lot. He would like teach me how to golf. And one time, my dad like showed me something. He hit the golf ball all the way to the people who like are like
Behind the house somewhere.
behind the house, like far behind the house. And those people there were these two. It was a sweet couple who the husband
Yeah.
used to be like a pastor at the church. like one of like the like he was
Right.
like, you know, they still go to church, but he used to be the pastor of the church. So we heard like a wham,
Oops.
and we had to go to the house. Luckily, they weren't there. We had to go to the house. We had to try to look for the golf ball. We couldn't find it.
Huh. God, yes. Lou Albano, I remember Lou Albano. Captain Lou. See, you don't remember wrestling. You don't know Captain Lou Albano.
All I know is that
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. What do you know about Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Nothing.
no, all I know
Nothing.
is that like that one woman who you see a lot, and she's like big and she's strong. She's like,
I don't know who that is. Big John Studd. You remember him? Hulk Hogan died today. You know who Hulk Hogan is? She doesn't even know who Hulk Hogan is.
oh, one guy. No, I've seen him.
Yeah, he died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, today.
That's
Like
crazy.
2 days after Ozzy. And then like a couple of days before that, there was another actor that was back in that same era that died.
Oh,
Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was on the Cosby Show in the 80s.
we're not acting like that. Bill Cosby.
Yeah, he was on the Bill Cosby Show.
Oh, isn't like Bill Cosby like really bad?
Yes, he's not a good person.
Okay.
Roddy Piper. Yeah, I remember him.
I need to say something.
Yeah,
Ozzy
Sergeant
Osbourne.
Slaughter. Holy crap.
Okay, so there's this theory with this one. Trisha Paytas, okay? Do you know who that is?
No.
She has lived like a million lives. She's been on My Strange Addiction. She's been on like she's been
Okay.
on like
Okay.
fast. She's very
Rein it in.
you know, but it's not Ozzy, okay?
Okay, quick.
So she has 3 children. She just got another one. And each time she gives birth to one of them, a famous person dies. Her first child, she names her children really weird names. Malibu Barbie, her first child named Malibu Barbie. We suspect that that's a reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth. Because Queen Elizabeth died on the same day that she burst out Malibu Barbie, her child.
No, can't be.
And then her next child is named Elvis. And she birthed out on the same day that Pope Francis died. And then her third child, who birthed like a while ago, Aquaman. Those are their names.
What the heck is wrong with this lady?
And birthed on the same day that Ozzy Osbourne died. It keeps happening.
I know, dude.
We also think she
Duct
took.
tape.
We also think she took. We also think she took Connie. I forgot her name. We also think she took somebody else. We really wanted Trump to die because he had this chronic illness.
We're not saying dumb shit like that.
No, but like everybody was praying for that, but then she took the wrong man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's my big theory, okay?
Thank you, drive through.
It is my big theory.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not. No, everybody thinks it's a big theory. If you're like, if you're chronically online, then you know what that is.
Yeah, chronically. Notice that. Notice what you just said. Chronically. It means that means that it's a problem.
I know what chronically means.
Yeah. There you go. Malcolm was on a show called Resident. Okay. Actually, let me fix that camera. There we go.
What kind of art?
Yeah, I do remember that from that is now the trifecta. We should be done. I would hope so, at least. Can't lose any more people that were important. That's when you start to feel real old. Ozzy was totally a big bummer, though. Got that chronic, yeah. We should be using more duct tape. You were right. She just blabs, and she's loud. You guys had probably turned that down, I bet you. Well, yeah, I don't know if Josh is in here. Josh and me are trying to plan something fun for Monday. I know you aren't able to do it, Jason. And then Donnie also lives up that area in New Hampshire. So we were thinking about going up there to catch up with either one of you guys on Monday, because he and I both have that day off. And you both work Mondays. So we might pivot. And I've got an interesting idea that I threw at him about doing his and I's video, even though we're doing our own separate ones, that somehow they're going to tie into each other. So you guys will have to wait and see how that goes. But I want to find a bridge that both of us have never been to in a place that maybe is a little bit further out than areas he and I usually go. He's not a big fan of going into Boston, so maybe I can convince him to go a little bit further west. Yeah, so that's why we might just pivot. Everybody keeps telling me to go to Holyoke, which is kind of like, for me, it's about a 2.5 hour drive. So it's about an hour to get Josh, and then it would be another hour and a half to get to that location. So actually, that really wouldn't be that bad, but I'd have to leave really early in the day. But those are cities that supposedly are just as busy as Boston is, and the hope is that we'd both get full buckets that day. I looked at a spot in Holyoke, and actually, the way that this river is lined up, let me actually see. You know what, guys? I'm going to do that. I'm going to open an app. See if it'll let me prevent doing it. No. But I'll go to, you're supposed to check the whole cases files. Could do that too, Jason, but watch this. I'm going to pull it up on Google Earth in the background here while I'm kind of chatting at the same time. And I want to show you how sick this lineup of bridges is. I've never seen this. This is like the jackpot, dude. All right, so let's see. Let me find it before I present it. Let's see. Right there. Okay, so let me figure out how to share that screen now. Dun, 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 dun. Share screen. We're going to select a tab. Select a tab to share. Cancel. Right. It's going to let me do something else here. Share screen. Window. Google Earth. Yes. Share. All right. So let's see. Does that actually pop up here? I'm going to add that to the stage. Okay, cool. So you guys can see it. So check this out. See how there's that, Jason? I'm gonna zoom into it. I'll go into that screen and keep this open, but check this out, right? So right in here is it surrounded by this big river, right? Whatever, I just missed the name of it. What did it say it was? I don't know. But look here. There's a bridge there, a bridge there, a bridge there. I don't know why they did this with this area, but there are a ridiculous amount of bridges. That's enough to keep you busy for like a whole day. Look at all that. That's crazy. Did you see all those bridges? Like there's so many of them. Just in this view alone, there is 6 to 8 bridges. I don't know if that's where if Josh wants to go to a spot like that, but I'm definitely down for going to a spot like that. And that's in Holyoke, Massachusetts. There's even a spot up in Nashua, yeah, sorry, where you guys are, and or close to you. It's got a bunch of stuff, and Donnie knows a lot about that area. So I think a trip to New Hampshire is definitely in the cards soon, before summer's up for sure. Maybe between your historic investigation and stuff like that, maybe we can find something good. That bridge I was at this week in Dedham, that one was definitely built in like the 1920s. It's been there for a while because you could see by the old design of how the concrete work was. But at that spot, I did go over to doing some with my mom and dad to go to New York that day. There you go. That's pretty sweet. Yep. If you got the time, take it. But anyways, in the beginning of the video that just premiered, I was talking about how Route 95 happened to be right where I was, because that bridge was literally right off the highway, and there are two lanes. There was the north and south of 95, and it passes over the same river that I was magnet fishing in at that old bridge. And I went under there and I threw the magnet a bunch of times. As you see, none of it made it into the video because there was nothing under Route 95, which was kind of a shocker because they're two main veins as far as our highway system is concerned. 95 is a main vein, 100%. Portsmouth is one of the earliest towns here. Yeah, there you go. You know, I know a lot about different spots in New Hampshire. I spent a lot of time years ago in God, it's a silly sounding name of a place. Well, Wolfboro is one of them. Um, God, what is the name of that place? I can't remember. It's a really strange name. Um, but I spent a lot of time up in New Hampshire. Would go to all the outlet malls that were up there in North Conway, Old River Mill and Dover. Yeah. How far is Dover from here? Old River Mill and Dover. Let's see if I can just map it out. A Sunday wouldn't be bad either. I could always take Colin with me. Colin, my son, is usually with me on Sundays, but he would definitely be down for magnet fishing. He's already told me. He hasn't been out with us since we went and did Waltham, but he found his first gun, so he's actually um, pretty much wanting to get back out there as soon as possible. Let's see, Old River Mill. River Mill at Dover Landing. I think that's what you're talking about. Right near the Children's Museum. Hour and a half for you. And it would be hang on a second. There we go. It'd be 2:23 for me, Jason. But that doesn't mean anything. I'll drive 2 and a half. I don't care. If that looks like a good enough spot, absolutely. I can't believe it, Kelly. I did finally break down a few weeks ago and put the AC in because it was getting way too hot. I can't do that to the girls. I can't do it to my son. That's even better. I always look at parking first. That's pretty much what decides when I go to a place. Every place I go to has to be at least within walking distance, and if I can't find a spot to pull off of that's public, I wish I did have central air. That's one of my over the next few years. I just bought this house a couple of years ago, Kelly. So over the next few years, I think we'll do a lot to it. But I always try to, if I can't find a public spot, Jason, I'll literally call up businesses that I know that are nearby and be like, "Hey, I'm coming out to Magnet Fish. Do you mind if I steal a spot in your parking lot for 2 hours?" You know, and most people, if you're that respectful, they let you come. I've never been told no. There's only one person since we've started magnet fishing that said that we could not magnet fish there, and it's a local boatyard in Dennis. It's actually a really well-known boatyard, and he refuses to let us magnet fish there. He said no once, and I left it alone. I haven't gone back. But everybody who generally you ask is cordial enough to say yes. You know what I mean? Of course, there's stipulations. Like if I find something cool, I got to let them know. But 9 times out of 10, it's garbage. It's not anything cool. But I'll call them for parking too. It doesn't matter. I call everybody. I try to be as respectful as possible because our name and branding is on everything. I have it all over my car. I don't need some person. I don't know. I try to keep a good name for everybody by not pissing people off or leaving stuff behind. I've seen that recently. I've seen that quite a bit. Um, even if it's some of those big bars, they stink that I have to take them home. But I keep a tarp in my car for a reason. Sometimes you got to take all that crap out. Not sometimes, every single time. My CRV doesn't like it. But yeah, I'm definitely working on getting rid of a lot of the metal in the yard. I've gotten rid of it bit by bit, but it's still accumulating to the point where it's getting to be a problem. I had my mom over for dinner last night, and we got out of the car, and like right at the beginning of the driveway, not the beginning, but where I parked the car, I've got maybe 4 or 5 buckets, and they're just full of metal. And she goes, "Oh, that's a lot of metal." That means that there's a lot of damn metal in the yard. Time to clean my yard up. Yeah. So I might, depending on what happens, I might take next week off from doing live, guys, because we'll be doing the big giveaway the next week. I'll still do a premiere for a video and whatever, but I think we're gonna probably skip 1 week, and I'll take that time to probably press a bunch of shirts. I not only have the shirts to make, but I've got these. I think I've shown these to you guys in the past. Pretty sure I have. These are the misprinted ones. These aren't the ones that I'll be giving people, but you know, part of some of the giveaway stuff will be in these little bags that I had made up. I've got buttons, I've got pens that I had made, and then other people are sending me a whole bunch of stickers. I've got Josh sent me a bunch. Flying Arrow, Jared is going to send me a bunch. Dover, please. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, it's going to be a good time, Andy. I'm going to try to bring on as many people as possible. I understand that a lot of you guys over there are up late. And that stinks because I do want to do the giveaway, but there are 5 items. Like I said, I'm going to do those 5 railroad spikes. I don't think I'm going to send those to the UK. I think that, similar to what Roger has noticed a lot lately, is that sending these packages overseas is quite pricey. But I'll send shirts and hats over there. I don't care. I would love to get some shirts and hats into some people's hands over in the UK. I still hope to get up there at some point in time in 2026. It's probably looking like the fall of 2026. Good Lord, Andy. I greatly appreciate the fact that you're here, man. That's awesome. It's dedication to the community and hanging out. Sent. Cool. I'll check it here in a minute, Jason. It's almost 8:30 anyways. So we are going to bounce, but that's what I'm hoping, Andy. Exactly. But I don't think it'll be till the fall of 2026. So really close to winter. I don't know what seasonally you guys would be. You guys are pretty much the same thing, right? What would like September, October be like for you weather-wise? I know that sounds completely ignorant, but I'm uncertain, so I'm asking. Still the same time of the year. Okay. But that's cool. I notice you guys go out all the time anyways. There are a bunch of people over there I want to meet. There's obviously all you guys, Roger, his crew, Graham. I would love Steve Hooligan to come out. Yeah, it's kind of like Cape Cod, Andy. One day this summer, it's up and down, dude. Right now, I could probably go outside in a pair. Yeah, I don't like winter. I don't like winter, but dude, did you or did you not see tons and tons and tons of ice fishing videos? I was out there, dude. I may not like it, but but if I have a choice, well, I do have a choice. I worded that incorrectly. I would choose maybe within the next few years here to not have to do winter anymore and to go somewhere warmer. That's what I mean. Yeah, I will figure it out at some point, Andy. I'm still not even in the beginning phases of it at this point. I have to redo my um passport. I haven't gotten a new one in years. The last time I had it updated was when I went down to the Bahamas, and God, that was probably 15 years ago. But anyways, guys, we're close to 9:30, not at 9:30, 8:30. Appreciate everybody popping by. Appreciate everybody watching the premiere. We may or may not go live next week, but we'll definitely do the premiere as we usually do. And that one's actually going to be a good one. And hopefully by the time it airs, I have some good news to go along with that video as well, to announce. I just have to wait till when it gets posted, but I'm doing something locally with somebody. So it'll be pretty cool. It'll give a lot of local attention to the channel, which is what I'm really hoping. So anyways, talk to you guys in a few weeks. Adios.